Ms. Grier, you are the mother of 1-year-old Lanaya. You say you regret cheating on the defendant, Mr. Thompson, as an act of revenge to hurt him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of the mistake you made, you now claim you have no clue who fathered your child. Mr. Thompson, for the first 6 months of Lanaya's life, you took care of her, you bonded with her, because you were told she was your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then you had your heart ripped apart when you learned through a posting on social media that she could be another man's child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now that man is waiting outside of the courtroom and will be joining us momentarily. Ms. Grier, why did you wait 6 months to tell Mr. Thompson he may not be your child's father?
I found out that he cheated on me, and I wanted to get revenge. And I met this man on a dating website. I slept with him, and I found out I was pregnant, and I didn't have nobody. And I just wanted to do it.
And you didn't use protection even with a man you barely knew?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Mr. Thompson, so how'd you find out she was pregnant?
While I was in Tennessee, me and my family had moved to Tennessee, and all of a sudden I get a Facebook message from Ms. Grier saying that she's pregnant. And I told her that she was lying, that I didn't believe her, so I told her to send a message of the pregnancy test that she took with it. And she did. And after that, me and my family had moved back to Atlanta, Georgia, so they can help me take care of my child because it was my first child, and I always wanted to have a child ever since I was little.
All this time, you find out she's pregnant, you had no idea she had slept with somebody else even though you cheated?
No.
You knew nothing?
No, I never knew she cheated. She never told me anything.
You were there for the birth, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, and I have proof right here.
What do you have? Please pass that up.
When we was in the hospital after she had the baby, and as you can see on the picture, I was exhausted because I was up with the baby all night while she was sleeping.
Yeah, there you are. Both of you all look tired. That's about how you look. So you were there through it all?
Yes.
This very moment where you're exhausted, you all been up all night, and yet you're excited and joyful, you have no clue.
No, Your Honor.
That she had slept with another man.
I didn't know nothing about it. This after I cut her umbilical cord when she was in the hospital. Would you
Let
like
me
to see
see
it?
that, please, Jerome. So you stayed at the hospital, you cut the umbilical cord.
Yes, Your Honor. I was there until she left.
You stayed until the baby and her mom they were released?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes, Your Honor.
And after they got home, have you been there? Oh, she's beautiful. Have you been there?
Your Honor, after she left the hospital, she moved in with me and my family.
Oh. So after you left the hospital, you and baby Lanaya moved in with him and his family?
Yes, because I didn't have nobody I didn't have no family who cared about me. I was moved to foster home, so it was like really bad for me. I really couldn't trust nobody. I didn't have anything. I still don't, but I try. I try for my child.
So when did you find out?
When one of her family members posted it on Facebook about that the baby's not mine, that it can be 2 other people I guess she was sleeping with.
Wait, her family member posted this on Facebook?
On my page.
On your page? After you've been at the hospital with the baby and everybody knew how excited and happy you were?
Yes.
Why would somebody do that in your family, Miss Grier?
They was jealous.
And so you didn't say anything until Lanaya was 6 months old. That's when you told Mr. Thompson?
Yes, ma'am.
6 months. So that's 6 months of him believing that's my daughter, loving her, bonding with her, caring for her, providing for her, his family loving her. 6 months. What made you tell, and why'd you wait so long?
I didn't want to ruin the relationship that we had. And when I told him, he started crying. And it made me feel bad because, you know what I'm saying, this is the man I love, and it just tore everything apart.
If your family member never posted this on Facebook, would you have ever told him the truth?
Yes, Your Honor. Until she was a year old.
When she was a year?
Yes.
And is that because you felt like, let me get attached to her so that he can't walk away from her, then I'll tell him and it won't matter then because he'll already love her and be back in love with me and everything be okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. The stakes are high today. You really love this baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have a
really do.
bond. You've been there, you changed the course of your life. You were living in another state and turned around and headed back because you wanted to be there for the child. Then you followed through on that intention and you were there through the birth, provided a place to live, your family did at least.
Yes, Your Honor.
What does this mean to you to not know whether or not you really are the biological father?
Well, it hurts me a lot because I really want to be her father because I've been taking care of her finna be 2 years. She's been living with me for the last 3 months.
She's been living with you?
Yes.
And where's Miss Grier? She lives with you all too?
No, she lived with my brother and his baby mama and his family and her family.
Oh, wait a minute. So you have had the baby, Lanaya, at your house with your family, and she's living in a different house.
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
So you really have been full-time dad.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so if baby Lanaya is not your biological child, what are you gonna do? Because this baby, she believes you are her daddy.
Yeah, all she knows is daddy, so I wouldn't know what I would do if she's not mine.
Jerome, I think it's time we speak to the other possible father. Please escort Mr. Toles into the courtroom.
I'm gonna have you go up right next to the judge. Watch your step.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Toles, am I correct?
Yes.
All right. You have had a relationship, a sexual relationship, or what type of relationship have you had with Miss Grier?
Let me start from the beginning when I first met her.
Okay.
It all started when I met her on the website. We was talking for a minute, and then after a week of talking, she came over to the house. She already knew that she just want to have fun, and it wasn't nothing serious.
Okay.
We ended up having sex. She was kissing all over me. After that, I know she had her pants off. So.
Okay, I need detail, but not that much.
Okay.
So bottom line is you all did have sex.
Yeah, we had sex
without using protection.
We had sex on the floor. The first time, we used the condom.
Okay.
The second and the third time, we did not use the condom. She stayed over my house the whole weekend. Some kind of way, her and my sister became close friends and ended up hanging out and conversating with each other. Okay, a few weeks after that, I found out she was pregnant. She told me she was pregnant. I asked her, was it mine? She said no, it was her boyfriend, Thompson, which I did not know she had a boyfriend.
So you had no idea Mr. Thompson was her boyfriend?
No, she's a compulsive liar for once. She lied about her age. She told me she was...
I did not lie about my age.
Yes, you did.
I told her I was 18.
You did. She told me she was 21. I found out she was 18.
You a lie?
Then she told me that she didn't have a boyfriend. I found out she had a boyfriend. When she told me she was pregnant, I asked her, was the baby mine? And she said no, it was Mr. Thompson. So I left it alone. A few months later, her relative calls me and inboxes me on Facebook saying that they think the baby mine because it looked like me, and I told her to send me a picture. I have evidence of the picture.
Let me see
this. Is my son and Lanaya. They kind of look like twins on there.
And how old is your son in that picture?
2.
And then this is Lanaya.
Yes.
And now you have another picture. This is a picture of you.
Lanaya and me.
And Lanaya.
Yes.
Now, when you look at that picture,
I don't see no resemblance.
You don't see it. And so you are truly doubtful. You don't know what to believe.
I don't know what to believe because she's a compulsive liar. She said that Mr. Thompson was her boyfriend that I did not know about. Then comes to find out around the time that I was messing with Miss Grier, I found this on Facebook where she hooked up with another dude. That's not me in the picture or Mr. Thompson in the picture.
Okay, but Ed, that's my ex-boyfriend, so?
Baby father.
He's not Lanaya daddy. And so what?
Okay, so you see this picture posted with true love by it. So now you think there's a third possible father.
Yes, and I don't had her relative telling me that I need to get custody of the baby if it's mine because she's an unfit parent. She's a child of herself that can't take care of herself. So how do she gonna take care of baby?
How you gonna tell me I'm an unfit man? Man, gone.
Miss Grier,
Man.
this man in this picture, you say that's your ex-boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you in a relationship with him during the time you also weren't having sexual relations with Mr. Thompson and Mr. Toles?
No, Your Honor.
So there's no way when I read these results,
No, ma'am.
this
No,
young man is gonna factor in,
No,
or any other man for that matter.
No, Your Honor.
You're positive one of these 2 men.
Yes, Your Honor.
As I was looking at TV one day, I seen that it was an app that can tell when your baby was conceived. And I put in Lanaya's date, and you can flip through the next page and see that the date that's up there, I was not in Atlanta, Georgia at that time.
Oh, Jerome, hand me that evidence, please.
Yes, she was.
So the baby was born on September 27, 2012. And if we hit calculate, possible date of ovulation is January 5th, 2012. Possible dates of conception are January 1st through the 9th of 2012. And you just said you were not in town on January 1st through the 9th.
No, Your Honor.
2012.
I was in Tennessee.
I think it's time for the results. Mr. Thompson, as I look at you, you seem very nervous. Are you just
I am.
very hopeful?
Yes, I hope she's mine.
In your statement to the court, you said you really wanted to be the father.
Yes, I want to continue taking care of her.
And you say it was your mother's wish.
Yes, to have a grandchild. And when I look at her, I think of my mom.
You do. She's beautiful.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Grier, what are you hoping for today?
I'm hoping for he be the father. Cause he always wanted to be the father of my child.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Toles, what are your hopes?
I just hope if it's mine, then I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get custody. Cause I got 3 other kids, and I just feel like I missed out on her life. Is it mine?
Are we ready? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. when it comes to 1-year-old Lonnie and whether Mr. Thompson or Mr. Toles is her biological father, it has been determined by this court that her biological father is Mr. Thompson. You happy? I can see it in your eyes.
Yes.
I'm proud of you for stepping up to the plate even when there was doubt. Mr. Toles, I'm sorry that this did not turn out the way you had hoped. And Ms. Grier?
Yes, ma'am.
I am not sure what the circumstances are or were that led you to leave your child and
Yes.
have her be raised by Mr. Thompson and his family. What I'm thankful for is that in fact is her biological father, so she belongs there.
Yes.
Now, I'm not done talking to you both, although court is finished. Okay. So I want to see you in my chambers. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned. Ms. Garcia, you are here to finally get the answer to a question which has plagued you for the past 9 years. Who is my real father? You and your mother hope today's DNA results will prove your paternity and you will finally be able to connect with your dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez, you say it's been 25 years since you last saw Mr. Bryant, and your daughter has never had the opportunity to meet the man you claim is her father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Garcia, why are today's results so important to you?
They're important for me because since I was 16, I felt lost. Like a part of me just disappeared. I felt empty. And the man that is supposed to be my father, I can't get close to him. I don't want to get close to him because if I do, I feel like he's just gonna leave again, and I don't want that.
And that's Mr. Bryant?
Yes.
So you have never met him? You've never met in person?
No.
This is a very tough situation.
It's difficult for me. It really is. I don't know.
And you honor that, right? You're strong because you're standing here, but you can still honor your pain and honor how you feel. And it's okay to say, this is hard. Mom, I see you're in tears.
Yes. Feels like a lot of bricks on my shoulder for the past 25 years. So this is a chapter for me that I can close, but open for her at the same time. And to prove to her that Timothy is her biological father.
Because the truth is, your daughter believed for 16 years of her life that another man was her biological father.
Yeah.
Yes. Timothy and I dated for a short period of time, and I got together with my ex. I didn't find out I was pregnant till after I got with my ex. So there was a possibility that, it could be his or it could be Timothy's at the time.
And so you raised your daughter with the man you were in the relationship with as his daughter, but you now believe that Mr. Bryant is truly your daughter Monica's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he is here today. Ms. Garcia, Monica, I don't want to make you wait a moment longer to see the man you believe is truly your biological father, or you've been told. Jerome, please escort Timothy Bryant into the courtroom.
Yes, sir. All right, what's up?
Hi.
Hello, hello. Hello.
How does it feel, Monica?
I'm just overwhelmed.
So, Mr. Bryant, when was the first time you heard about Miss Garcia, about Monica?
It was about 4 months ago.
4 months ago?
Yeah,
Wow.
about 4 months ago.
So you didn't know you had a daughter
No, I didn't.
until 4 months ago?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's 24.
Yes. So I miss a lot of time if I am her father. You know?
So take me to that day. How did you find out? What happened?
Okay, well, basically I was on Facebook one day and, you know, just strolling and then, you know, on a bar where they say people you should know, I ran into, you know, this face and I'm like, this girl looks familiar, you know? So I decided to reach out to her, to, you know, touch base. And we started, chatting back and forth. We started communicating. Then inside the conversation, Mr. Concentration, she comes out and she's just like, I have your daughter.
Wait, what? Talk about people you should know. Yes, you should know them. Oh my goodness. Whoa. So Ms. Sanchez, I want you to take me to that moment.
I was in shock, actually. I was about to start work, and when I saw someone request me, I looked and saw his name. My eyes grew as big as this world, and my heart just sank. And I said, he found me. At that moment, I messaged Monica saying, Timothy has found me. Your father has found me. And at the same time, I'm messaging her, I'm messaging him, we're back and forth. He was supposed to know years ago, you know, but this is something that I carry for 25 years. And it needs to come out.
Can you tell the court about your relationship with Mr. Bryant?
I met Timothy a block away from my grandmother's house. He started talking to me, and that's how we met. One day, he was talking to me in the phone, and he heard my grandmother in the background yelling in Spanish, you know, that she wanted me out of the house. He was very upset, and he said, I'm picking you up in 5 minutes. I said, okay. And I packed a couple clothes, and he came and picked me up and took me to his house. So we were together for about 2 months, give or take, and one day he left, and I just packed up and I left.
No, wait, I didn't leave. I left the house.
Well, you went out.
Okay.
You know, I don't know where you went.
Did you go looking for her?
Yeah, actually I did. I couldn't find her, so I just went on with my life, you know? I was just like, okay.
Wow. So she's just gone?
It's gone.
How long after that did you find out you're pregnant?
When I went to a gynecologist, I was already like 2 or 3 months pregnant. And at that time, I was with my ex.
You were in a new relationship and you find out you're pregnant.
So I had let my ex know there's a possibility that the baby may not be yours, but we both vowed to each other that we would give Monica a mother and a father and bring her up as good parents. And that's what we did.
I see during your mother's testimony, you are consistently shaking your head no.
Yeah, because what she's saying doesn't make any sense. In order for her to get on government assistance, we had to do a DNA test. So we did that DNA test, and I'm thinking, well, there's no point. It's gonna come back that he's mine, but it came back that he wasn't. And that's when I found out and he found out, and just the whole can of worms came out. So, yeah.
And how did that change your relationship with this man?
It changed it dramatically. Like, he went from being my best friend to him not even given me a phone call or anything. Her whole family. And it was like they all just dropped me. So I don't talk to none of them.
I'm so sorry. How does a man just disappear after 16 years? This doesn't make sense.
My ex was hoping that 1% chance she would be his. The pregnancy is where I was calculating, maybe I was off, so it was either between Timothy and my ex at that time.
When were you and Mr. Bryant together?
I want to say it was around February of '94.
How long were you together?
I left Timothy's house around April of '94.
You left him in April. All right, so February to April, all right, March and April. When did you find out you were pregnant?
June 9 of '94.
On June 9th. So on June 9th, you found out you were pregnant. How many months were you?
Like 2 or 3 months.
So if you count back 2 to 3 months, you think it's right in the window of time when you were with Mr. Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
So when was Monica born?
Monica's due date was March 20th.
All right.
She was born February 28th.
Okay, born. Well, hold on now. Say you were 2 to 3 months pregnant in June. That don't add up.
That's what the doctor told me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a year. Your window of conception would have been around the end of June, early July. I saw that, Monica.
I'm scared.
What'd you say, honey?
I'm nervous, scared. Don't make no sense.
It doesn't make mathematical sense. Miss Sanchez,
Yes.
I need to ask you, were there any other men you were dating at that time besides the man you were with and Mr. Bryant? Because we just added this up and it doesn't add up.
I know.
So, Mr. Bryant, you've heard this testimony. You have looked at me, tried to do this math that won't add up. What are you feeling?
Like I said, it don't add up, for one. And that's sad because now she's lost here, not knowing who her dad is, and from the way it looks like it, I'm not, from the way it looks. So, I mean, she's still lost.
How have you tried to grow a relationship with this beautiful young woman?
Oh, I talk to her all the time. She tells me that she's a writer. She writes books and stuff like that, and she's done college and, stuff like that. We talk. It's good.
And were you doing your best to accept the fact that this is your biological child, and even though you missed 24 years of her life, you wanted to try to...
I was getting there, yeah, but like every stuff wasn't adding up. So, I had my doubts. Because, like, for one, the timeline. For two, I don't really see a resemblance because I have 2 other children, and it looks like I gave birth to them, basically. So, I mean, well, like right there, she kind of looks like my daughter, like my other daughter, right there. She does, but I mean, as far as being her, I didn't really see a resemblance, but I didn't take that into consideration because I mean, most people sometimes, your kids don't look like the dad. So I mean, there was still a possibility and everything.
Monica, I know this has been a difficult day of testimony, hon. And after hearing everything that's been set forth today, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Well, now I just have a whole bunch of doubt. Now, like I had a little bit of hope coming in, and now it's just all out the window, honestly. So.
All right. I think it's time we get the results. Jerome? Thank you. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Sanchez Garcia versus Bryant, when it comes to 24-year-old Monica Garcia, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Bryant, you are the father.
Okay.